So we have full moon in Capricorn coming up, as well as the winter solstice on the 21st, 22nd of June. This means that this weekend is going to be super powerful, so just giving you a heads up. Full moons really do reveal what is underneath the surface. They're known as the release and replace. So things that we no longer need, that no longer serve us, will rise to the surface so that we can look at them, clear them, transmute them, heal them, and let them go. And then we can start to move into the next cycle. It's interesting because this full moon in Capricorn is also on the winter solstice, which is the longest night, I guess, which is known as kind of like the darkest hour. And so winter solstice is really about the death and rebirth process, which means, again, we're going to be letting go of anything that doesn't serve us and stepping into the new. This full moon is really interesting because the full moon in Capricorn is actually the first of 2 full moons in Capricorn, which is super rare. So we have the first full moon in Capricorn in June on the 21st, 22nd of June. And then the second full moon in Capricorn is on the 21st of July. So pay attention to the first full moon coming up this weekend because it will reveal themes and things to look at. And then you'll be given basically a month to really work through these things. And then in the second full moon in Capricorn in July, that'll be the last chance to really let stuff go. Capricorn is renowned, well, first of all, it's an earth sign. So this full moon is really about unearthing all the stuff that's been buried under the surface. So if you have been someone that has been repressing your emotions or pushing things down, not wanting to deal with them, guess what? This full moon is going to shine a really big spotlight on all of those things so that you can heal them and transmute them, let them go. It is for our highest good. So whatever is coming up for you, know that it's not the universe kicking you in the knees. It's really for us. So it's giving us a chance to understand ourselves on a much deeper level. If you have never done any inner work before, just be prepared because it might be a bit of a shock to the system being a full moon in Capricorn, 1 of 2, and also on winter solstice, which is renowned for just kind of like big upheavals of the stuff that we've been buried underneath. If you have done a lot of inner work, then it might not be so much of a shock, but still be prepared because things that you might not have considered can also make an appearance under a full moon. Capricorn is really interesting. Capricorn rules the masculine, not just men, but because we all have an element of masculine energy within us. It also rules society, structures, work and career, money as well. So all of these things are likely to be themes under the Capricorn full moon, and not just for this full moon, but also for next month's full moon. So that basically means from the end of June to the end of July, we're going to be looking at all of those things. It also rules decisions and taking responsibility. So I guess another heads up, if you are not taking responsibility for your life, if you're in victim mode, if you're blaming other people or the world at large for your situation, then I feel like this full moon will probably highlight some of those patterns of sliding into victim mode. Of course, there's no judgment. God, I've been there myself. I know that it's really challenging to break old patterns, old behaviors, old limiting beliefs. But I think that's where Reiki and coaching comes in. So if you do need support, then I would highly encourage you to book in for a Reiki and coaching session. We can look at some of the patterns and behaviors that you've been doing up until now that have likely served you in the past. Maybe they've kept you safe. Maybe they've gotten you to where you are now, but the tides are changing. This winter solstice paired with the full moon means that this is really the ending of something and the beginning of something new, kind of like closing one door, opening another one. So don't worry, it's not like this is the end and nothing good will happen. It's never like that. Kind of think of this as like a crumbling of the tower, shall we say, and then a rising of the phoenix. So we are really being encouraged under this full moon and winter solstice to step into a newer, higher version of ourselves. I think just keep in mind that it's always for our highest good, and you do have the strength to get through whatever is shown to you. If you do need support is always here. So book in for a Reiki and coaching session, and let's go. Let's lean into this. I'm ready, and I really hope that you are as well.